Northern University Graduate School, English for Specific Purposes, Lecture 2, Characteristics of ESP, Lecturer Professor Bit O. C. Uwalagar. Characteristics of ESP. Among absolute characteristics are such features. ESP is defined to meet specific needs of the learner. ESP makes use of the underlying methodology and activities of the disciplines it serves. ESP is centered on the language, grammar, lexics, skills, and discourse appropriate to these activities. Why do we study English for specific purposes? More and more individuals are seeking to improve their English language skills for highly specific academic or professional reasons. Each curriculum is centered on the language and culture specific to the field, while teaching grammar, vocabulary, communication style, and study skills. Types of ESP. The major types of ESP are telepathy, the ability to read another person's thoughts; clairvoyance, the ability to see events or objects happening somewhere else; precognition, the ability to see the future; retrocognition, the ability to see into the distant past; mediumship, the ability to channel dead spirits. The importance of ESP. ESP concentrates more on language in context than on teaching grammar and language structures. The ESP focal point is that English is not taught as a subject separated from the student's real world or wishes. Instead, it is integrated into a subject matter area important to the learners. Hi. Hi. Common types of English for specific purposes. Teaching business English. Business English students are some of the most common, especially ESP learners. Teaching to the IELTS and TOEFL test. Teaching aviation English. Teaching tourism English. Teaching medical English. Rationale behind the ESP approach to language teaching. The rationale of the ESP about students is that they are usually studying English to carry out a particular role, such as foreign and also native people, in particular disciplines, areas of study, at work, occupations, and different situations. Types of syllabus. ESP, English for specific purposes. The design of a syllabus a teacher adopts is dependent on the needs it is meant to serve. Various types of syllabuses can be designed to serve different needs. Types of syllabus include the linear syllabus. Most language courses, especially in the past, were usually linear, whereby new points are strung along in a line and each point was completely utilized before moving on to the next. The cyclic or spiral syllabus. Language items are presented more than once. For example, if a course has 24 units, every unit is composed of 4 lessons, including language items, and the fourth unit is always a revision. Syllabus could be external syllabus, internal syllabus, learner's syllabus, uninterpreted syllabus, interpreted syllabus, evaluation syllabus, organizational syllabus, material syllabus, teacher syllabus, classroom syllabus. Evaluation syllabus. This is a statement of what is to be learned handed down by ministries and regulatory bodies. It is an uninterpreted syllabus because the teacher has no input in its design and he or she is expected to implement it whole without any change. Organizational syllabus. Organizational syllabus is an implicit statement about the nature of language and learning. This kind of syllabus not only lists what should be learned, but also states the order in which it should be learned. Materials syllabus. The first interpreter is the material syllabus writer. Thus, we have materials syllabus. While the material writer writes his or her material, he or she makes assumptions about the nature of language, language learning, and language use. Teacher syllabus. Another person that interprets the syllabus is the teacher. Many students learn a language through the mediation of a teacher who influences the clarity, intensity, and frequency of any item. Classroom syllabus. One thing is to plan a lesson, and another is to achieve what has been planned in the classroom. Learner syllabus. The learner syllabus is an internal syllabus. It is the network of knowledge that develops in the learner's brain and which enables that learner to comprehend and store the latter knowledge. Importance of syllabus. In designing a syllabus, the designer actually organizes and specifies what is to be taught in a body of materials to enable the learning of language to be as effective as possible. Syllabus and course design in ESP. What is a course design? Course design is the process and methodology of creating quality learning environments and experiences for students. Through deliberate and structured exposure to instructional materials, learning activities, and interaction, students are able to access information, obtain skills, and practice higher levels of thinking. What is the aim of course design? Professionalism in teaching and learning involves more than just planning and teaching a series of lessons. It involves reflecting on and making decisions about one's teaching of the whole course well before it begins. Course design will involve you in asking and answering some basic curriculum questions. Before you begin to teach your next course, ask yourself: 1. What should the students gain from this course? 2. What can I select from the knowledge, skills, and attitudes embedded in my discipline in order to achieve my purpose most effectively? 3. What teaching and learning methods and media will serve me the best in what I am trying to do? 4. How will I know that my students have learned what I want them to learn? Answering these questions will enable you to determine the objectives of the course, analyze the content to be taught and learned, as well as the appropriate methods and instructional media to be used, identify background knowledge and prerequisites that students will need to succeed in the course, identify the central and unifying concepts of the course, determine the kind of evaluation to be used. Types of course design: language-centered course design, simplest kind, drawing a connection between an analysis of target situation and the content of ESP courses. Seems logical. Language-centered course design weaknesses. Not learner-centered approach. Static and inflexible. Appears to be systematic. No acknowledgement to later analysis. Only at the surface level of learning. Language-centered approach to course design. Procedure. Skill-centered course design. SCA are founded on two principles: theoretical, pragmatic. Iceberg theory. Underlying any language are skills and strategies used by learners to produce or understand discourse. Thus, SEA will combine the performance and competence when presenting its learning objective. Pragmatic principle. Based on goal-oriented and process-oriented course. Problem: it is not enough time to master intended subject, and experience. First-year experience have little experience. First-year students have little experience. SEA in general. SEA is not about achieving set of goals. It lets the learners achieve what they can with own experience and time constraint. It is a continuum process, which means there is no cut-off point of success and failure. Learner will simultaneously learn and develop degree of proficiency. Learning-centered approach focuses on students' learning determined by the learner, builds on prior knowledge and skills. When using the learner-centered approach, identify the purpose of the course, develop learner-centered objectives, structure course according to objectives, course outline, structure course according to goals, build lessons, calendar, support pieces. Here are the learner-centered principles. Let learners construct their own plans. Coach learners to expert performance. Encourage multiple perspectives. Situate learning in real-life activities. Prompt learners to think about their thinking. Guide learners to think like an expert. Evaluate learners' thinking processes. So that is all about the lecture 2, about the characteristics of ESP. So thank you everyone for watching and paying attention to my video. Hope you enjoyed this. If you have not subscribed, please do it now by clicking on the subscribe button. It is red color, and put the bell to get notification of my new video. Okay, see you later. Bye.